Hey everyone, it's Deb.
And I'm Pete.
And I'm Jess.
Well, as you can probably tell, this episode's going to be a little different than our normal episodes. There was no intro. There won't be an outro. We can't edit it. This is right off the cuff. We're sitting in a car in a parking lot of our timeshare.
After seeing Garth in Vegas on the 26th
of June
2024.
Whatever today is or was.
It's about ready to switch to the 27th. So,
you guys, the concert was unbelievable. And I don't know, like, this was a big deal. The three of us hadn't seen Garth together in almost a decade.
yeah, it was a long time coming. And for it to be this show that good, it was meant to be.
Yeah. We have been waiting for this show for a year, and it more than delivered. Like,
More than delivered.
absolutely, hands down, my favorite Garth show ever.
Without a doubt.
Like, him alone, him with the band, him, like, any way I've seen him, this was the best show that I've seen.
Yes.
He was so into it.
We were, for a Wednesday night, that place was on fire.
Yes.
It was not like, I've seen this show. This was what did I say? The fifth time I've seen this show?
Yeah.
It was far and away the best show. Far and away.
Yeah, I mean, when you come back after 2 encores on a Wednesday night,
Right,
like,
Right?
I mean,
He literally,
top
at the end of it, he didn't know what to do with himself, so he threw his guitar down on the ground.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it's crazy. There's
so much.
There's so much. But, I mean, it started, like, everything about it started perfect. We got there, we got, into the seats, and you know that when you're sitting at the seat without standing up, you could reach over and touch the stage. Like, you're in for a treat. You're in for a good night, and that's exactly what happened.
Yeah, we were right against the stage. And so in case you didn't see it, Pete and I were lucky enough to get a video pic to be on Inside Studio G on Monday. And in it, we told Garth he was going to have to look down because we knew we were going to be right against the stage. And so, so Pete told him that he wanted to fist bump him, but that Garth was going to have to really look down to see me. And we told him Jess was on her way. And he was like, oh, Jess is on her way, huh? And so he comes out, and I think it's the second song, Two Pina Coladas. Yeah,
it was
second
early,
or third. It was
yeah.
early in the show. He happened to look to the right, which is where we were, and we all three caught his eye. We were standing in a row, shortest to tallest, and he came right over. He did his, like, rolling bow to us, and then he did air kisses to us, and then I turned it over to Pete.
Yeah, and then shortly after that, he walked by, and I put my fist out to fist bump him, and he fist bumped me, and then we just stood there like just fist bumping for it would seem like forever, but probably 2 or 3 seconds. And just about the time I thought, well, maybe this is where I make my move, and I try to hold his hand. He pulled away, which was probably not a bad thing for him.
Garth probably made the right decision.
Yeah, like, this is getting a little awkward.
Yeah, he didn't want it to get awkward.
Yeah.
Too late.
Yeah. So, and then from then I kind of had to gather myself. Like I got pretty emotional over it. And a lot of you that listen to the podcast, you probably know what he means, to me and the music to me. So kind of had to turn away a little bit and catch my breath and gather my emotions and then get back after it. But, these shows are awesome and the music is great and you go out. But this one was not only, like, in my opinion, you guys probably feel the same way. It wasn't just a badass, fantastic, probably one of the best concerts ever, but the emotional part of it, the three of us being together, the fist bump, the fact that he was able to see all three of us together and did what he did. And then from start to finish, I mean, it was just an emotional high that we just never came down from the entire time we were there. Like, I'm tired and I'm beat, but, like, emotionally, I'm worked. Like, I'm whooped. It was a good one.
Yeah, and it was, without a doubt, the most emotional I've ever been in any concert ever. Without a doubt. I couldn't stop crying. It was a little bit embarrassing.
At one point, Deb was like, I gotta sit down for a minute.
I was, without a doubt, I was completely overwhelmed. My emotions were, I could not control myself. It was a lot. It was a lot to take in.
But it was
right
so
there.
good, too, because, he always has a good time and he always puts himself out there. But, like, when he's so into it and he's so happy and you can tell he's just vibing with the crowd and he's loving so much what they're giving back, you can't help but be emotional and like emotionally moved by that. Like, and being right there, like you said, Pete, together, like all of us together and right there in the front and interacting with him together. And especially after these years of doing the podcast together and like the work that we put into it, and just getting to experience that together was amazing. And then to top it off with like the best show and, you know, the encore, and then, let's just do another encore.
Right? And he sang Lonesome Dove.
Which if you've listened to the podcast, you know, that's like, oh my gosh.
And Wolf, no, what was the other one? He did
Wild Horses.
Wild Horses, that's it. He did Wild Horses, In Lonesome Dove. He did the Billy Joel song. No, Billy Joel. Yeah, Billy Joel. It just was like one thing after another that it was just the most amazing concert ever.
Yeah. And, you know, we talk about the emotional part of it. I can tell you, you know, probably 2 or 3 times that I mean, you know, the dance is my favorite song, that I could remember listening to that song was something important in my life. But like today, and listening to the dance with the 3 of us just holding each other will forever be one that I'll forever remember. Like, it's just so much emotion tonight. Like, I mean, that's the thing. If there's anything, and there's a lot we're going to take away from tonight, but the emotion in this show was amazing.
Yes.
Yeah, it really was. It was unbelievable. And even Garth, for a Wednesday night, like, it was a crazy show for a Wednesday night to do all those encores. At one point, he just kind of threw his hands up and threw his guitar down on the ground because he just couldn't believe that a Wednesday night was this insane. It was just nuts.
Yeah, it reminded him back when he was, you know, trying to make it when he was younger, playing at Willie's. You know, you remember the Wednesday night there, and, you know, that those shows just went on and on and on, and that's why he just kept coming back for more. And then, I mean, we haven't even mentioned, I mean, the band, everybody was on fire. The band made no mistakes. They sounded amazing. Trisha, I mean, looks amazing. Unbelievable voice. It's just, man.
Yeah. And what did they do together? So she came out and did Shallow. They did, Whiskey to Wine. They did the Golden Ring. Was that it?
I think that's what they sang together.
And then she did, She's in Love with the Boy.
And when he did the album cuts, he did She's Every Woman.
Also.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
and I love that the crowd tonight, like, even those, the album cuts that were not, like, the big tracks. Because if you've been to the big shows, you know, there's a lot of people, they're Garth fans, but they're Garth fans, like, the radio hits. And it felt like these were our people.
Right.
Like, it felt like...
Every word of every song was sang by every person.
Even though he did those deep album cuts, everybody was still knew it, singing it.
Yeah, I loved that.
Yes. And then also the people that we met that were sitting in front of us, they were so sweet.
Yes, Aaron and Dean.
Aaron and Dean.
Crazy story. They haven't been home for like a month or whatever it's been. They've been all over the world.
And they ended it on a Garth Brooks concert.
An amazing concert. And then they're going to get, you know, headed back home tomorrow. And they're just, man, but great people. Everybody around us was awesome. We all sang and we danced, and just people loving people. It
really
was full of love.
It was, yeah.
And again, you know, we know there's a lot of people out there who are not fans of not having your cell phones with us. But again, we met Aaron and Dean. You know, if we'd had our cell phones and just been staring into our phones, we may never have talked to them.
And see, I'm a big proponent of not having your phone with you. So this was like the best decision for me. I was so glad about this because I'm always like, you're missing stuff though, because you have your phone in your hand and you're not looking at it, or you're taking pictures or whatever. So I was so excited about this when I heard about it. It's a little scary to give up your phone, but I mean, it's with you. You're going to be okay. You could get it out in an emergency if you needed to. You'd have to leave the concert, but you could. And it makes all the difference to watch everyone around you be present.
There won't be a second of tonight that I won't remember because of that.
Because you were in it the whole time, like with him. And I mean, honestly, if I was Garth and I had the pull, I'd be like, no more. From now on, every show is going to be like that, because it's just electric to be there when everyone's in it together like that.
It's true. Yep. Okay, guys. Well, we're going to let Pete go to bed because he's got to get up in like 5 hours to drive home.
I think it's like 4 now.
Oh,
Sorry.
no. So thanks for tuning in for another episode of Garthology. I am certain we will talk about this concert again. We won't be able to help it. It's left an indelible mark on us.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, without a doubt. So thanks again. Have a great week. I know we will. We are just going to be talking about this forever. So thanks to Garth. Thanks to the band. Thanks to Chris for stopping and talking to us after. He was amazing.
Yes.
Thank you to Trisha. She sounded phenomenal. She looked phenomenal. Mm-hmm. And I think that's it. Our very first ever recorded episode together all three of us.
And we're going to do it unedited. Huh?
Yeah.
Look at us.
And you
knocking
did.
it out.
I don't have a guitar pluck, and I should have had to pluck you at one
you're
point.
right.
You said a word you shouldn't have said. Ding. All right, guys, take care, and we'll talk to you soon.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye. And remember, love will always win.